All right. My name is Oyebanji Akins, and we're live on CTD Among Blacks. And on this particular episode, for you that might be following us from the one we had last week, it's just a continuity. But I have my brother from another mother, from where people will never even imagine it's gonna happen, and he's gonna be, rubbing minds with me and sharing our differences and how we see things, and hopefully this could bridge some gap and make you see things in a different way after this section. So we know all the person. I'm sure you've never heard his voice, but I'm sure for you that might kind of hear the voice, you might know him and you might not. This is really a section I would like you to really, really listen to. So thank you, bro. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Don't nobody know me. That's the good thing. Don't nobody know.
So can you introduce yourself to our audience if you don't mind?
Oh, the audience. This is the Nigerian network, right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, listen, I love y'all. I
Thank
ain't been there, and I just proved it to them. Then I hope.
You did.
And it's crazy because I don't look like I'm from there, but bloodline wise, it's like, oh, I want to go to Africa. So for Nigeria, listen, me personally, I can't speak for nobody else right now, right? Oh, I believe in culture, and I know there's a lot of history that goes from there to here, but there is a gap. You put me on your last session with T.
Yeah,
I heard that.
Thank you.
And
I'm glad you didn't watch it. I listened to it.
It's craft, man. It's
Thank
craft.
you.
You put in work. You reaching out to people.
Thank you.
You know, Chicago. I've been to Chicago, but I haven't been to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right. Thank you very much for that. So one thing I would try to ask, for people from back home that might be listening to this, or Nigerians that might be here that just want to, know more a little bit about you. So if you don't mind, can you just share a little bit about yourself, just in a brief, where you're from, so that people can know where this knowledge, this information, this gap, this bridge we're trying to collect back together is coming from.
Okay. My people from over there. Let me just tell you how I met okay? I've only been where I'm at here in H-Town. Shout out to them.
Shout out to H-Town.
It's a big metro city, but I'll tell y'all, God got me here with my kids. So I just, moved to this area and I met this man. And just from a quick conversation for how I am, linked us that to where we are now. So if for y'all want to know like this voice and everything, originally I'm from the West Coast part, Central West. We call it Colorado. Shout out Nuggets.
Oh,
my Nuggets, we running it back, baby.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And if you want, and it's like, where's Colorado? Even in this country, I'm gonna be real. A lot of people are like, black people there.
I'm about to say that too, because when you say that, I'm like, because I got some questions. I definitely gonna ask you about it.
What
the experience? I never thought there's a lot of black people from that side. Not to disrespect saying there's not black people. You're not from Nigeria, where that's a name you hear, you feel like you don't get to see a lot of people coming from that side.
Some of y'all probably gonna go look up Colorado and be like, this ain't nothing but cowboys and white people, but they there. Don't get me wrong, they are there, but there's a difference. But me, like I said, shout out to my Nuggets, shout out to the Avalanche. They just lost to Dallas. It's another black city, but I'm in the sports, so that's the thing about that shit.
Oh, okay.
It's structured like. It's where you got, we talk about blue collar, white collar people. You know what I mean? The jobs out there is tech, or they're booming for a certain part of the economy. Let's just go there. Or you got sports, athletic, and education. You got that combination. They go together. And if you're not above that, oh, buddy, you in them streets, boy. Nah, but it ain't the streets like most people think that they see on TV, though. It's gangster shit. I'm talking about. So when y'all hear about them Bloods and them Crips,
in Colorado too.
Oh boy, stop playing. And it ain't. And I'm not promoting it. Don't get me wrong, Nigeria. Please don't. But I'm just telling you where. Hey, what? This my background.
Wow. I think that's gonna be another one-on-one topic that I would like to, share your views about that.
Right.
Because I have some kind of past experience from Nigeria too.
Because
That's
things
and I
out
like
there,
when
right.
when you said, this is not to promote it, which is
not.
just to make people understand, like, things be going out there like we don't think it's really happening.
Oh my God.
And every decision you make determine how your life goes from there. So getting back to this, generally for somebody like you coming from that side of the country, moving down to Houston, social media has become where you help people to know a lot of things about Nigerian. What has been the perspective you have about Nigerians, and for the later one you might have come across till you get to meet to the level where we're sitting down during this particular episode? What has been the experience for you? What have you known? And and what do you think? A couple of questions you like to ask a Nigerian that you could just ask me to on this one.
Listen, T said this on the last session, and it's a broad perspective. We have a lot of people that just want to know what is it like over there. Food, culture, women. We have an idea, but for me, if those that study that education and just want to know where they come from, and it traces back. That's why here they really fight in education. They don't want people to know. Certain places they don't care, but certain places they trying to take education out because of how this system is. So for me, when I told you I did my DNA kit, I got a long story, but when I seen the part of it where it was just like a lot of the west coast of Africa, did I not show you?
Yeah, you
so
did.
This
You
is
did.
you
did. I'm gonna tell you like this, for real, you Nigerian. That's the truth. I'm not gonna lie.
Feel me? And baby, I don't.
And that's something I don't even think it will happen if you don't show me.
And let me tell you, I'm not trying to fluff or nothing, but baby, I'm a little red. I know y'all like them, but no, it's just the fact that I've had what do they call that? Just an interest in like the black parts of other cultures, Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? You can even say the Caribbeans, some Haitians. Like all that. There's a part where so many cultures came from Africa. So me, I just when I did that, I wanted to know where would I start? I actually got a friend. Shout out now, named Kuzi Couture. I was in the military with him, not to be like that, but I'm not in, so I gotta be careful with that. But it's nothing deep, but it's just like I know, that's that actually is part of what involves this whole part is military, the European battles and all that stuff, colonizer stuff that you was talking about. Everybody got their own military, even in Africa. So it's a power struggle. You know what I'm saying that we see. So if I want to go over there, my whole thing is like, damn, is it safe? You know what I'm saying? They're like, some people would love to go travel, but we have to fight through hoops to even just go over there. So the only experience we will get from Nigerians is this country. Once that whole part of everybody stop coming over as slaves, you gotta think, nobody really trying to come over this bitch because the way it was happening. So the way everybody went their ways, you really, so at one point, you really don't know who's Nigerian. Like, that's not what it is. You're just like, you're black and you're not white. Because
that's deep.
When you say that Jim Crow stuff, you have to understand, I know about the 50s, the 40s here, that y'all don't know about. The struggles.
What do you think from that time to this time, when you look at how life is, and maybe like, let's just say 3 to 4 decades in America, and now the 2024 where we have a lot of Africans, people like me coming around. Do you think the connection between African Americans and Africans, black in general in America, is becoming more close, or still like we still have a lot of things to do?
No, we got a long way to go. We have a long way to go.
Why do you say that?
I'm gonna tell you this now. I've heard this. There's always been, and I can see the difference where you got Africans where I'm like, ooh, I'll fuck with y'all, but then you got them Africans I'm like, I'm not fucking with y'all. The ones like that even you could say help sell the slaves out. Your own people, right? You could just sometimes you can see it. Even in it's really in the men too. The men,
Really?
African men here, all they want is the women. They don't give a fuck about nobody else because they got money.
What do you think we need to do about that? Because that's true. You don't see a lot of Africans trying to deal with African Americans, and I don't understand the gap. And I'm glad you kind of bring it up because I do have a couple of African Americans that are I don't know, they're just like you're different. I just don't know how.
So,
but I think it's something we got to start talking about when it comes to men.
See, this is why
are we both scared or what?
Though. This is why education is important, baby. I'm gonna tell you now. That's for those want to know where this thing coming from. Is my daddy from New Orleans. I'll get to that later.
Yeah, that's more of you because New Orleans is really connected to
this
West African. Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and there's a way. Shout out to all New Orleans. There's a way people
baby.
From that side that when you hear that, yes, that's
that
true.
Second there, bro.
Thank you. Shout out to them. That's the way they have this. For people that in Nigeria that have never been anywhere in America, I could tell you right like this with fact. If you find yourself in America, New Orleans is one of the best places you could go.
All the food,
yes,
culture,
the culture.
The
culture will make you feel like you're still no. This is something people from New Orleans don't know.
No, they don't. Because
most of the culture in New Orleans is more like you're back in Nigeria, like exactly like in the Yoruba land.
Is that right?
Yes. There's a way, people don't know there's a way Louisiana people just, as much as people might want to talk bad of New Orleans or anything, they just have this respectful way in them. There's a way they're cultured. Yes, like it's just in everybody from New Orleans is just, and I'm not saying every other state doesn't have the same thing, but New Orleans just have it different. They respect their mom, they still respect their parents. They say, well, like, my mom don't gotta see me like that.
Okay, listen. I can go down the list of music that come from 504 Boys, Master P. Lil Wayne, Hot Boys. Boosie.
It's Boosie? Yeah.
Boosie's from New Orleans, but he's from Baton Rouge type stuff. Like, and shout out to my boy Lazardrick though. Listen, I can go deep. So it's just the part that culture though.
But what do you think we should do? Men, African men with African American. What are the approach you think that we can do to help?
I love this topic though. For all my Nigerian women, let me tell you about the men over here that y'all sometimes y'all know it's a difference, but y'all just don't understand this. When I'm gonna speak for myself. When I see older men, especially through education, man, y'all come in and y'all either got a Mercedes Benz that's old with some flip flop toes open, with a hot ass suit on because you got money, and you just in America like, oh, I like this because you organize and you can just get all the women because you got the money. Culturally though, that is something there. That's what they were. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have more than like Africa though. It's known to have more than one wife though.
Yep.
But the way y'all see marriage and how marriage is here is different. So their mindset of how they want to approach a woman can be appeasing because it's like polygamy is normal over there, but it's not. It's like you wouldn't even polygamy. What's that? It's just having more than one female. But here, if you are a woman, is taught to you wait for a man to come get you, and you one man to one woman. But there's too many women and men, so these African men be throwing money at these women because they be having a hard time. Just like certain women over there, but over there it's naturally to see it. Women over there, we be like, okay, like you having another wife, like or a female, like they just don't understand it, but they will accept it. They just don't know American culture. So for us as men, we will love that, but the type of woman we have here, it be like shit.
So if I get you correctly now, from what you've learned, from what you've known about how women are being respected because of our culture back home, there are norms to how you could have 2, 3, but then you can do that in America because the women down here feel like you gotta be one person, you can do
so it's
2,
communication,
3.
And that's the problem. Like the older men, like even here, how us as men have been taught or just whatever. Men in general, even slavery, we were taken away. Africa and here. Men, the daddies were not there. you know, because either y'all out working or you get killed because you ain't got whatever. But here it's just like the system's different. So for those who do make it, it's almost like it's a normal jealousy or hatred. But y'all don't.
But I think we have that back home too.
Right. That's the thing. We here though are like we understand it though. We not that type of person though. We not that. We don't do hatred. We men over here, it's different. That's what I'm saying. There's a different culture of life. Blacks were all over this country, this continent, everything. But we can go deep. But it's just I feel like men, and that's the topic here that I love to talk about because I got 2 girls, and it's just for men to take care of their kids here is crazy. It's like what a man that take care of their kids, a woman would love that. But the choices we have is like shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm so energetic. That's why you hear that, because I'm passionate about us understanding like things could be better, but until we understand each other's language, culture, how y'all move, how we move, it's gonna be a normal like, well, let me get what I can get out of it. I would love to go over there too though. I'll tell you right now, Nigerian, I'm pretty sure there's some beautiful women. Now, I'm going to put this out there, and it's just me. My baby mama, I'm going to say it like that. And for the record, baby, I know about this a little bit, but she is Nigerian, bloodline-wise. Then I'll tell you, she was Yoruba and Fulani. Now, he was shot. Now, was like, he know this? That's me? Yeah. Because it's like, this is here. So it's just don't.
Not to stop you. Does that make you? Because this is just a random question. I just want to ask you. I've seen a lot of Americans that are scared to do, to do anything to just have an idea of where they come from. Not because they don't want to do it. It's just the scare of like, I don't know what is going to come back. For you that I see it, does that make you feel fulfilled now? Like, you can relate yourself to.
The reason why I did it was for a personal reason. And I did my own, what I felt trusted to be something in like, who does it or not. Now, do I still prefer to have a black DNA tested DNA? Yeah. But I got one from a certain, I don't want to, I'm not trying to promote, you know what I'm saying? But the information that I got, and to see that I have a large history from that area. It even shout out to Mali and Togo, I still like seen it. Dominican Republic of Congo, he's all seen it. I got it's like it's interesting to see the connection, but it's interesting to see the despair, the division. So either the Bible definitely, I believe it's real, but it's beyond that. You get what I'm saying? And you think about it right now. I think about it like to a part of like the African man. Let's just be real. You want to talk about it here in America? Athleticism is more of a normalcy than it is over there. Correct?
Yeah.
Thank you. So
the money into it down here is bigger than how it is back home.
Meaning I'm a track and field. Football.
Yeah, we don't like in America that change the family if someone become big back home. Yeah, but the struggle is not even gonna be from home. You got to go outside the country.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think there's the advantage that I don't want to call it a jealousy, but if you have something we don't have, but I think soccer's big over there. Football or whatever, you know what I mean? FUTB, soccer for us is here, but it's just it's competition, but it's out there. They make money, but it's not track and field, football, basketball like we have in America, right? So the type of men, I'm not going into gender and all that, nothing, but just the type of quality of men, we're in shape, we're working out, because we either want to make it sports wise, or it's just that's what some women. Now you do got some big shout out men that just don't care about what they eat. You know what I'm saying? They just, but the quality. Of men
that's another big topic though. If we all don't understand all these basic things, it's gonna be hard to connect with each other. Like,
you see what I'm saying?
There's no way we can really be able to see it from individual view to make sense.
What y'all are doing now, there's a lot of like, you could say there's a lot of culture. Nigerian people here living it out, seeing it for themselves, but you've only been here for, like you said, certain decades. You wasn't here from when shit was really raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, it was rough, but then it's like, well, where were you? It's almost like your brother and your sister. You know what I'm saying? You get in trouble, and it's like, oh,
where were you?
Yeah, like, you see I was in the gym, why you leave me hanging? You see what I'm saying? Y'all glamour it, and I get it. America was built off a hard label that they don't understand what it really took for us to even live, for even y'all to come over here and enjoy this country. They don't even understand.
Let me ask you this, because I'm glad you kind of throw that out, but I want to use that to ask you your own view on this. When an American say like, y'all don't even understand, most common Nigerians, no, let me just say Africans, but I can talk of Nigerians that I know. They quick to like, okay, are you guys gonna like, live in the past? For me, for me, I always say this to people, though this is just my truth about the statement. I said, listen to a lot of rap music have given me the understanding like we now Africans don't know things we think we know. Because when you listen to rap music a lot, you understand the basic things that goes on in there. Well, that's just a snip. That's just a snip though, because some of them be really enough to express how they feel in the music. Just a little bit. When you put your mind into it, that's even you love hip hop.
But music is still music is just like everything else. It's a form. It's an entity, but it's still. I don't want to say propaganda.
Yeah, like it has a control. That's the end result of whatever they're putting out. I'm not
afraid to talk about it, but it's like I wasn't there. I didn't start none of this. Like I was born into this. You see what I'm saying? So it's like what I see and what I learn here. It's like it's tough because yes, a lot of music, and I feel like at a certain era, it was truthful. Like it was us being able to speak our truth, but because you don't want to promote certain things and this, that, and the third that control, it's like you do got to be careful and censor stuff. So yeah, some of these kids don't need to be doing some of this stuff.
But how do you tell an African that said the statement that I made without making them to understand, without not losing the fact?
I think this is the only perspective that I see is if we can learn to understand what an appreciation is first, like meaning I don't know your struggle, you don't know mine, but obviously our fate brought us here, right?
True.
So if you've been through some things and it's got you here and you still breathing and you still alive, I cannot knock or judge your struggle over mine, even if you can probably compare and be like, well, it's worse than mine. And that's what this country is dealing with. Yes, y'all deal with harsh stuff, harshness, and it's a different form of like going through, but it's not the same of what happened up here. So we are like, for certain, because it's not everybody either. There's a lot of stuff y'all still don't know about this country that even you need to know about the indigenous people, but they were black though too. See that's what I'm saying. It's like there's so much here that you can't. It's just. But here's the thing. This is just in the education system because I didn't go to private school. I was catching a bus. I come from Section 8. I come from hardship. In Colorado ain't like the ghetto in New York, the Bronx, Florida, whatever. Like it's totally different. But our hardship was more. Some people like, dang, that's y'all hood. Yeah, because we were taught better though. Like we not gonna. It was hard, but it was just like, you still need to take care of yourself.
The Section 8 you mentioned was not something a lot of Africans even understand what it means until you spend time around Americans, Black Americans,
get assistance from the government
when they explain to you, because a lot of people are quick to Africans that know this. I'm not saying everyone. They're quick to judge a lot of Americans. Like, man, you mess up your life, this, but then I've been privileged to get close to people telling the story how they get to Section 8. It's like, dang.
Listen, this is where honesty and all this stuff come from. Culturally different or not. If you do right, right will come back to you systematically. I can't speak on the governments out there, but it just don't seem like you hear a lot of where the governments just don't have the resources to help their own people the way that our system helps us. There's a difference. We're structured different. So the type of help we can get, it's like it's like, oh, it's there, they got all this, but it's like, y'all don't understand, we really got to go through hoops. We to really, oh my gosh, it is fighting too. You don't understand the disparities of certain kids right now on these streets, going through, families still on these streets, like y'all in Africa, because like no water, none, like it's crazy here. It's just like there.
And that's something we don't get to know, though. And even though he's out there, people don't put too much attention into like his real. I've met people where, you know, people telling me their story about coming from Section 8, you know, being left not because the mom was okay, but there's a lot of story behind
it.
It
Can help certain families if you do right by it. That's what I'm saying. Because a lot of, like, for y'all hardship, y'all support system is y'all village still.
True.
Some of us don't have that support system. You gotta understand that too.
That's another thing, though, because if it's bad, you can go back to the village. You're gonna try to put it back. Americans don't have it.
It's either our family or your streets or the system. And even your own family ain't something you can go back to.
That's deep, though.
Your own family is the problem.
Y'all don't got a village like we do. Like, you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back right there for the month.
No
one's gonna put you in your own house.
No. So you got the streets, drugs, prison.
You know, I'm glad you kind of say this, because it's not like I don't know, but it's not something I've ever really taken a second to think about it. Like, you know, when in Africa, when I'm gonna say Nigeria, when you're in the city and everything just went bad, you could go back to the village, like reset yourself, go stay with your grandma, or like, you know. In America, you can't do that. It doesn't exist. Nobody's gonna put you in a house to pay the bills or to pay the light bill, the water bill. It doesn't exist.
I had to experience my own cousins bury their mother. Shout out, rest in peace. They had to go do a GoFundMe page to bury their mother because her mother didn't have the affairs of what it costs to just normally live here. So they had to go ask other people to help for money to bury their mother for the basic low budget $3,000 still. But that's just a cardboard box. But look at her before they roll her in there to get her $3,000. That's a whole nother thing here to talk about. So our fallback ain't like what people think, because y'all see the glamours. Our fallback is the streets of what we built. Man don't understand that.
That's deep, though.
That's why we strong here. That's why it's like, nah, y'all think people about to come over here and just do whatever. Boy, y'all don't really know what's over here.
I be telling people, though, like,
nah, there's some real mother out here, ain't they?
I tell people back home, like, things is hard in America than how you think it is, man. This is really hard, bro.
There's some people you not about to know. You know that. Houston alone. I got people back home, and where I'm from, I know. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I lived in Florida, Jacksonville, Duval County. Why? You know what I'm saying? I live places. Shout out to St. Pete, Tampa. I know there's some Nigerians down there. You feel me? I got people in Atlanta.
Oh, for sure.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know people in North Carolina. I live there. My oldest is from VA, and I can't stand that state. I don't care if they hear me.
For real?
Man, what?
I got people down there
listen,
too, though.
Because
I got people down there.
It's a commonwealth.
Why you say that?
Commonwealth, yet again, it's all slave system. See, now that I ain't afraid to talk about, because slavery is in education. What these people did, boy, coming from over there to here. See, that's the thing y'all have to understand. This is just in history. This is in the education system. Before slavery, it was just, you can call it Pangea. So continents were closed. So there was a lot of migration and traveling way before. So people were already over here. So if you know the Bible, if you know the Old Testament, he'll tell you. But at the end of the day, we here now. The oceans have us separated. But what makes you think there ain't been other people?
Shit, that's
You
another
get
one.
what I'm saying?
That's another topic, like it's really, really big one because
Blacks too.
that's another one. Like
Blacks, now,
I
we
think
talking
I watched
about
some
blacks,
movie.
though.
Yeah, I watched a movie that talks about something like that recently. I can't remember the title, where they were discussing about something what you said, like some people have been here, some black people have been here before everything happened, but they kind of buy those lands out of them. And I can't remember. I can't remember. This is a new movie that I watched though.
It's the 1930s. The Dust Bowl area. It was hard.
Something like that.
Famines hit this land bad.
Yeah, like
and God had his hand on
they
this.
kind of make
It's just crazy, bro.
They marry those girls and they take their land and stuff.
I feel like any man that makes it here in this country, that is just making it, and they taking care of their kids. Salute to you.
True.
Salute. I don't care if you still alive and you breathing. You out there making a hustle to support your kids. And it's like, don't hate on us when y'all don't know our struggle, because in a natural sense, why would we go over there and hate on y'all? Because we just want to go over there and just like enjoy it. But like shit, we don't know what the fuck happened, because we hear stories like y'all got jealous and y'all just rob us, ransom.
So wait. Let me come on to that. The time is fast spent, but I want to address that part. So this is a question that I think it happens a lot about between men in America. When I say men, I'm talking about Black Americans and African. So I'm gonna ask you like this: do you think we don't like you people? Nah, I'm gonna take the word we don't. Let me take the word like out. Do you think? So let me speak for all Nigerians like this. I think the system and what has been put out there kind of put a bridge in between African American men and Africans. So even though we're in the same room, there's a way we perceive to say ourselves deep down in our mind. And I think the only thing that have been helping us now lately is the music. Music has been really bringing, listen to our different music now, make people to want to sit down. That's just my own view side.
No, it's music, but then I think it's education too.
Yeah, education is definitely the most biggest one at the end of the day, because without education, there's a lot of things we can't even do. We can't comprehend ourselves. We can't understand what the hell we're about to say.
I see a lot of Nigerians in school getting their college degree. And I want y'all to understand this, that they give y'all more opportunities than they do people here.
Really?
Like, stop playing. So that's a whole nother topic.
That's a big topic though.
Ho.
And that's something I think we need to start having section like this with people to really clear that part, because to us, we always feel like you guys already have all the opportunities. You guys just didn't use it. And
there's certain things depending on what it is here. If
I like how you say that.
Foreign coming in, you are more of a clean slate, and it will help you out more than the issues we have here. Because I don't want to speak. It's just I can't speak for the president, because I'm not that. But I'm just saying there are some just real issues here in America.
Do you think the system is designed to kind of favor let's just say foreigners generally? Let's just say to the foreigners, or to me, you mean like to Africans?
I'm gonna say this in the best way that I can explain it.
Good.
You have a speed limit for a reason.
Yep. True. I don't care where you are, you got it.
You have a speed limit for a reason. You can go 75 in one. You can go 55 in one. You can go 35 in one.
I like this way this is going. Okay.
You go 5 over. Sometimes it depends on where you at. In certain places you can't go even 1 fucking mile over.
True.
Certain places you just can't, just don't have your shit together.
True.
So that same analogy is just how, if there can be how it will be done, I think it's still yet to be discovered, because like I said, the education and music, it does need to be revamped,
change, not making people understand
because
things
it's the type of message. What are we really trying to put out? Are we fantasizing the same thing that y'all think over here, like it's that fantasy because it ain't like that? No. Or is it the music gonna be like what we see from over there, that it's more cultural, tribal, that damn, if we really had that here, you know what I mean? It's almost like, oh, you trying to plug these two together, but in order to get there, you either got to do a speed limit here, but until you do 40 here, till you get to the highway where you can go 75, which will get your time there quicker. That gap is how it's structured. We have to learn how to structure together. we have to learn how to appreciate one another. There's young generation coming up for even
True.
y'all.
True.
I do see y'all, a lot of Nigerians getting their education and learning it and going back to their village. But here we go back to try to even survive. With a degree. Because of what it costs to live here. See, y'all, is different.
I think that's kind of a deep one, because now I'm glad we kind of touched on this part of this conversation, because there's a lot of things we think we know, we both know, that if we don't have the sitting down to know, you wouldn't even understand like how. And it's unfortunate we both don't think we have the knowledge to have this conversation. That's another thing. People feel like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't think you're going to be able to understand what I'm saying.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere no time soon. You going somewhere? I know you got to go to work in there.
Yeah,
I mean, other than that, though, I'm here. You know what I mean? So shout out to love everything. I'll tell you this right now, and this is to help you kind of give you a point out of who I am. I'm a die, just God for live, God I die type thing. And when I say die, I just believe in God. To glory to be to him on everything, because he's the reason why we live and breathe. Okay, True. He's the reason why we understand what culture is, what it is to be black. True. It has its disparities, but there's love in it. So glory to God on that though. Now, and I shout out, I give all praises to him. Now I will say this, I have this thing called Kai One Vision, keep it 100, because I'm gonna do that with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. And everything I do, education, I'm gonna be real, because I don't like fake. I don't like if that's not the truth, then don't
even put it out.
I don't care. I'm not the one that started none of that, but just keep it real with me. Because what I made it to get it here, I had to keep it real with myself and my whole thing. You feel me? So I'm not gonna knock another man's struggle. I don't care where you from, even if you over there. I would love to go see the woman over there. Boy, I'm telling you, I heard. Boy, told me about Mali, Togo, all that in Nigeria. But it's funny because now, not to say that, but my second child's mother, she's Nigerian, and I'm being honest with it, it ain't good. Women culture-wise, so it's like my taste. I don't want to speak for Nigerian women, but it'd be like American Nigerian. No.
You know what? You really bring a lot of topic out, which I know subsequently when I'm around, we definitely gotta catch up onto it. But before we run this up, I'm gonna say this for anybody that might listen to this. We're right here in H-Town, and my name is Oyebanji Akins, and I'll be having with no other person you already know that's been splitting all the juice, triggering every thought you think you have. We know other person is Rasheed, but I gotta make sure I'm saying it correctly. But you can check us on CTD on our website is www.ctdamongblack, on Instagram, on Apple Podcast, on YouTube, on iApp Radio, on Amazon Music, and on Spotify. Just type CTD Among Blacks, and it's definitely going to pop it up for you. And if you think you have any information you like to share with us, or you feel like you have something you would like us to talk about, you can always reach us on our email at ctd@africanrootstore.com, and we'll definitely reach out back to you. Or you can check us on our website to send an email. We'll definitely reach out back to you. It's been wonderful having my brother here. He has really bring so many things. We're definitely going to be catching up on the next episode. But for this one, it's been wonderful having you, having to hear somebody from all the way from Colorado, and having to share some deep fact of, people might not believe it, and some people might believe it, but, you've add fact to some things you say. And whoever that listened to this today will like, I remember somebody from Colorado was saying things like this, and that kind of changed my life. And our goal is to be able to have people to make reference in a good way to how to live their life, and to have a positive goal out there. So it's been wonderful. I'm just going to give you, maybe there's something you like to say before we round this particular episode off.
I just thank you for the invitation. I'm ready to come back, Saki, and all that. I just pray and just blessings for this vision you have, this podcast, and for whoever you reaching, whoever listening, just keep enjoying your life, and live to be better. Let's be better. If you want to change the world, change yourself. Look at yourself, and what I'm saying, and then from there, you gotta know your past to know your future. I really believe that. Even Rick Ross said that. You know what I'm saying? Not to be like that if you want to talk about music. I can go deep. So,
I'm definitely bringing you back on that, because I don't want to drag you some things where I'm trying to make it basic so that people can get all the information for this particular one. You've already told me so many topics I would like to jump on, but I want people to soak this in, and now they know your voice. They definitely go like, you got to bring that man back. I want him to come back to do something. So yeah, most definitely.
Shout out and just love you. Oh,
thank you so much. And I'm gonna take from his word where he says, you know, for you to want to change the world, you got to change yourself, and for you to change yourself, you got to have something for your life. And like I always say at the end of every podcast that we have, whatever you're doing, as much as you're genuine about it, keep doing it. It doesn't have to make sense to nobody right now, but if it's making sense to you and you know it's going to make the world be a better place, keep doing it. It's definitely going to make sense in the future. I remain Oyebanji Akins. Until next episode, keep loving yourself no matter what it is. Don't let no one take that away from you. The love you have for yourself will predict how your life will go. Stay blessed. Thank you. Stop pulling.